This could be the most overlooked Ripple partnership in history. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. If we take a look at this announcement back in February of this year, we have Ripple and Axelar Foundation partnered to enhance the XRP ledger's interoperability across blockchains. Now, this is connecting, it's well over 60 now. It was 55 plus connected blockchains at that time. This is going to actually help with, secure and efficient transfer of assets across all these other networks. And this is great, right? I strongly encourage everyone to join the free Discord. There's going to be a link at the top of the description below. This is one of the most valuable and informative Discords out there, and it's completely free. There's a free side that has a ton of free crypto gems, free market strategies, guides, market trends, free charts, and there's also going to be new cheat sheets dropped in this Discord. And already, we have a ton of testimonials from members of the Discord that have been absolutely loving it. So what are you waiting for? Go and click the link at the top of the description below and join the free Discord. Now, the full focus in this breakdown was actually advanced RWA tokenization and DeFi capabilities on the XRP ledger. As we take a quick look at this, okay, I want to start off with the ecosystem. I made a video recently about Axelar, and I told you guys just how big of a deal this project actually is. Like, if I hold XRP, I'm 100% allocating a percentage of my portfolio to AXL. Taking a quick look at the ecosystem itself, we are met with featured integrations here. The number one integration is with Onyx, which is JP Morgan's private blockchain-based network. This can rebalance large portfolios of tokenized assets on any chain. And you can check out the case details. This is with Project Guardian, actually. And there's a ton of players tied to this. It's not just Axelar. We have Onyx, Apollo, Provenance, Oasis as well. And I'm pretty sure that the Guardian is now tied back to some very prominent names outside of just JP Morgan. But this is definitely one of the biggest integrations with Axelar that I am aware of. Now, outside of that, we also have Uniswap, we have Microsoft, MetaMask, and even a few other ones down here as well, because again, I was just going to repeat Uniswap. But if we actually scroll down, we could see that Circle's tied back to this, DYDX, one of the biggest dexes out there. Lido as well, Immutable, and the list just goes on and on. You have MasterCard as well. I mean, it's pretty crazy on just how big Axelar actually is. Now, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, we're going to talk about it here in a second, but first, I want to actually break down some of the facts behind this with the XRP ledger. So, this is integrating the entire ledger with Axelar. This is enabling secure and efficient transfer of assets with 55 plus connected blockchains. Like I said, I think now we actually look at the Explorer tab over here, and I believe it is in, let me check out the network validators. I believe it's under validators. I might be wrong on this, or actually it's under chains. I do apologize. So if we actually go over here to the chains tab, we could see just all of the players tied to this. Like I said, I believe that it's well over 60 now. They've been expanding pretty much consistently. But regardless, we have leveraging GMP for advanced RWA and DeFi capabilities on the XRP ledger, enhancing the entire blockchain ecosystem through cross-chain scalability. Axelar's security approach is founded on permissionless proof of stake, plus risk mitigation layers like validator policies, plus contract transfer limits. The XRP ledger integrates this secure infrastructure via a multi-sig, with 32 Axelar validators signing transactions to and from the XRP ledger. And we have from David Schwartz, this shift will drive innovation, particularly in DeFi, and could help lead to a more interconnected and accessible blockchain ecosystem. Connecting the XRP ledger demonstrates Axelar's market-leading ability to integrate diverse consensus mechanisms into seamless user experiences that scale everywhere. And yes, this is a big deal, and it did launch back in May. Everyone kind of forgot about it. But just recently, one of the validators on the XRP ledger put out a post, and we have looking forward to the XRP ledger integration with Axelar. Interoperability is important. Looking at the graphic, we replicated segregation and silos of TradFi into blockchains. Unfortunately, optimistic this will eventually be solved at scale with first steps taken right now. And yes, Axelar is one of the bigger players out there that so many are just overlooking, and having that integration with the XRP ledger is a very big deal. Now, building on top of this, let's go over here to what we heard from the head of legal at Interop Labs, which is the big players behind Axelar. They were the initial developers of the Axelar network, but we have institutions are realizing all the benefits they're seeking from blockchain. And guess what? It's based on interoperability. If you have all of these networks, each with their own trapped assets, you're recreating the old world. We're seeing a lot of interest on that front. So we want to absolutely collapse these walled gardens that we now unfortunately built around all of these networks, and we could realize in that multi-chain future. Check this out.
These institutions are realizing that all the benefits that they're looking for from blockchain are actually based on interoperability. And what do I mean by that, right? Somewhere in the mid-2010s, banks were looking at blockchain, right? And they said to themselves, we are trying to avoid the same issues that we've had over the course of, 40, 50 years of tech infrastructure built, one layer on top of the other, on top of the other, and obviously getting into essentially transactions where they're all reconciling the same exact data, right? But what came with those infrastructures that they built was essentially vendor lock-in, right? They're trying to avoid the same thing here, right? If you're going to have all of these different networks pop up, and each one is going to have their own ecosystem with their own trapped assets, you're essentially recreating the old world, right? So from the institutional side, I think we're seeing a lot of interest on that front.
So yeah, I mean, as we really look at this, this is why interoperability is so crucial, and we could bring up Quant Network, of course, as well. But this is more so wide range Web3 interoperability. Now, why am I bringing all of this up? Because you might be saying, well, like, all right, we already knew about this back in February of this year. We don't really care about it now, right? Well, let's go over here. So this just got posted on the 18th by ISO22. Let's do it. We have Fidelity International Tokenized Money Market Fund on Onyx. Ripple and Archix boost tokenized assets on the XRP ledger. World Federation of Exchange and more. Check this out. Blockchain Fidelity International tokenizes money market fund on Onyx, which again is integrated within the Axelar network. Let's go back over here. Ripple and Archix boost tokenized assets on the XRP ledger. World Federation of Exchange and Policy Lab papers. Fidelity International has tokenized a money market fund using JP Morgan's Onyx digital assets blockchain, private permission Ethereum. The move aims to improve efficiency in delivering margin requirements and reduce transaction costs and operational risk. Fidelity International sees this as a major step in scaling its technology adoption, with plans to expand across various asset classes. Now, they do mention the collaboration between Ripple and Archix to bring hundreds of millions of dollars of tokenized real-world assets onto the XRP ledger coming this year. So very interesting to see this, right? Again, you can see the connections back with Axelar, but also check this out. Subjective views, making interoperability possible. JP Morgan's Onyx, Axelar, XRP ledger, JP Morgan's Onyx digital assets platform, and Axelar partnered to demonstrate how smart contracts can manage large-scale client portfolios, execute trades, and automate portfolio management of tokenized assets across multiple blockchains. This is the executive director and head of growth at Onyx Digital Assets, and they're actually saying that they were interested in seeing how their private permission ledger could talk to other ledgers. And we have down here that at XRP Ledger Apex 2024, Jason Ma, head of DeFi at Axelar, formerly from Ripple, stated that with Axelar, you can now bridge all kind of assets to the XRP ledger, which will be beneficial for the AMMs on the XRP ledger. Axelar connects more than 60 different blockchains together, bridging centralized finance with decentralized finance, and has securely transferred over $6 billion worth across these chains. Earlier this year, it was announced that Axelar and Ripple had partnered to create the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain, using its exclusive bridge to source the native gas token EXRP from the XRP ledger and facilitating seamless token transfers between the XRP ledger and 60 other blockchains through its decentralized validator ecosystem. Check this out.
Coming on to last year, where we've tested out 3 different forms of interoperability. One with a partner vendor called Onera, 2 others with partners vendors called Layer 0 and Axelar. So these were like individual technical experiments that we carried out, and we carried out in partnership with these vendors. And essentially what we tested out here was how our ledger, Onyx Digital Assets, could talk to other ledgers that are out there. And that's what we tested out.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason. I'm the head of DeFi at Axelar. Axelar is a decentralized full-stack interoperability platform. Axelar today connects over 60 blockchains, both EVM and non-EVMs. My background has primarily been in strategy and operations. Prior to joining Axelar as the head of DeFi, I was actually a Rippler myself. So super excited to be back here at Apex and seeing all of the energy around here. For me, interoperability is all about making user experience better in crypto, removing the complexities, removing liquidity fragmentation, and really creating a true chain agnostic experience so we can onboard the next billion users.
Jason, let's chat a little bit about definitely an area of expertise for you, DeFi. How do you expect interoperability to play into the DeFi space? What improvements do you expect?
Yeah, I think when it comes to DeFi, interoperability is becoming more and more crucial. As we talked about earlier, as there's more and more chains, what we're seeing is that there's more and more DeFi applications scattered across all of these different blockchain ecosystems. And as a result of that is liquidity is also then scattered across all of these places. And a key value proposition of DeFi is that it needs to be as competitive as centralized exchanges, centralized venues. And for that to happen, you really need to be able to consolidate the liquidity to facilitate like competitive swaps and so on. And Axelar is doing exactly that, right? We talked about earlier how with Axelar, you can now bridge all kinds of assets to the XRPL. Axelar, you can now bridge all kinds of assets to the XRPL, which will now enable the AMM that's being built on XRPL to be able to offer all kinds of assets that users want, giving the kind of coverage that a centralized exchange would have. The second piece is consolidating that liquidity all in a single place so that it really offers an experience that's just as competitive as these like centralized venues. I think also, just allowing users to be able to, come from all the chains, this just gives them more motivation for developers to be able to build more easily and build out those critical DeFi building blocks.
And remember that the full focus here from Ripple side is also institutional DeFi. What better way to channel that than having all of these, big chains now tied into the XRP ledger where, you could essentially have any institution that is utilizing, for an example, like private Ethereum tech, which we know JP Morgan is, right? Now they could easily connect to the XRP ledger and also reap the rewards of doing so, because now we're going to have one of the best stablecoins on the XRP ledger. We have the AMM, which also brings liquidity pools, and the deep liquidity on the XRP ledger is definitely a game changer. I mean, as we really look at this, the XRP ledger has so much ammunition around it to fully embrace institutional DeFi and fully target it. But also over here we have from Jason Ma, he's the growth at Axelar. We could see that he did spend about roughly 8 months at Ripple. He was around the GTM strategy and operations lead. He is now the head of DeFi at Axelar, as well as the director of business development. He is now the head of DeFi. He spent 1 year being the director at business development. But regardless, yeah, I mean, listen, I am fully focused on what Axelar is becoming, because even if we go back to the XRP Ledger Apex 2024, we could see embracing Axelar Bridge for enhanced interoperability. You can see the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain, Axelar at the center point. This breaks down pretty much everything around it, from the mainnet to the sidechain. Then also over here, we have introducing XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. You have that private sidechain, which is institutions. So this is, again, directly tying back to institutions, but also even enterprises. You have the custom chain at the top right, where you have enterprises. Then you have the XRP Ledger, and then the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. Guys, this is truly embracing the trillions and trillions of dollars that will be touching this space from the enterprise side, but also even the institutional side. This is also allowing for institutional DeFi to truly be embraced on the XRP ledger, which is Ripple's end goal. Because remember that Ripple is pushing institutional DeFi initiatives and even hiring around institutional DeFi initiatives for the XRP ledger. And it's all centered around tokenization as well. Tokenized assets is the key here. So as we really look at this partnership, it is so overlooked. It is, in my opinion, very, it's funny because I feel like a lot of people are underwhelmed by this. I am very excited about what Axelar is going to do and actually bring to the XRP ledger. And this did go live around May. I don't know if it is fully live yet. I don't know if it did get held up or anything like that. It was scheduled for May. But I am still very excited about this use case. It is one of, or the integration. It is one of the biggest integrations yet. And I do think that this is going to unlock a ton of use cases, especially around institutional DeFi and even tokenization endeavors as well. So definitely focus on this if you hold XRP. It is one of the biggest changes happening around the XRP ledger, and something that I think everyone should be focused on, especially if you do want XRP to become extremely valuable. The focus is interoperability, connecting to other chains, have institutions and enterprises tapping into the XRP ledger as well, and this is exactly how we get there. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.